Hello everybody and welcome to this cooking session with me. My name is Sabine and I'm a nutritional therapist and I love cooking again. I didn't really enjoy cooking for 2 years after my husband died, but in the last half a year or so I rediscovered the joy of cooking, and that's what I would love to share with other bereaved partners. So in order to get myself motivated to cook again, I try to keep things simple and tasty, and because it's very important for our health, I also try to make everything I cook highly nutritious. The recipe I'm going to share with you today, I discovered in a 5 Element diet cookbook years and years and years ago, and originally it was very simple. It only contained some cabbage, some minced meat, an onion, and was seasoned with some salt and pepper. So I've tried to expand on this a bit by adding more and more vegetables and also more spices. My favorite spices are fennel, cumin, nigella and mustard seeds, and I use them actually in every lunch or dinner I cook. I also use beneficial oils. We all need oils because every nerve cell in our body has a myelin sheath which needs to be nourished with fat, and every cell of our body has a lipid bilayer and that needs to be nourished with fat as well. So the beneficial oil I love to use for frying, and that's what we are going to start with, frying some spices, is ghee, which is clarified butter. But you can also use coconut oil or olive oil if you like. So I'm going to put a tablespoon of ghee in this frying pan, if it allows me to. It doesn't want to. And of course we switch on the gas. And then, as I said, I love cumin seeds. They are high in zinc, as I've mentioned in my first video. Nigella seeds are also called black onion seeds. And fennel and mustard seeds are, together with cumin seeds, are very good for your digestion. So we're going to add a little bit of each, just like this. I never use a table or teaspoon. I just try to use do it like this. Okay, and then fry these seeds for a minute so that all the aromatic essential oils have a chance to come out. And then I'm going to cut an onion and turn this down a bit. You can use a red onion, but also a white onion or even shallots. So again, that's already like 3 variations of an onion that you can use. Right? So just chop it up roughly. I'm not very good at this at the moment. So okay. And then put it in the pan. Right. Switch on the light bit. Okay. So once that's in, I'm going to add some garlic, which is very good for well, because it's antimicrobial, it's antibacterial, and it's even antibiotic. Right. Okay. And once I've done that, I'm going to stir it a little bit. Let it caramelize a bit so the sweetness of the onion comes out. And then I'm going to add some mince. I've got some veal mince here, but you can use venison mince, beef mince, even vegan mince. So this dish is also for vegans or vegetarians who don't want to eat minced meat made from animals. Okay. I've just discovered I need a little bit more oil because it's sticking to the bottom of the pan. Right. Don't be afraid of using beneficial oils because it's, as I say, it's very beneficial. Alright. And then the next thing we're going to do is chop some ginger. I've already peeled this ginger. I had real trouble today finding some ginger because it seemed to be sold out everywhere I went today. Ginger is so beneficial, especially in these times now when you know, like we have to protect ourselves from viral infections, but also from other infections. This is ginger is very antibacterial, it's anti-inflammatory, it improves digestion, it improves our blood sugar levels and also our cholesterol levels. And it has so many other beneficial properties, I can't, you know, tell you all of them, but these are the main ones. So we're going to cut the ginger in small pieces. If it lets me. Very resistant today. Alright, okay. And we're going to add this, but you can also grate the ginger if you find cutting a bit too cumbersome. Right. Okay. Don't forget to stir your mince in the meantime. Okay. And then the other thing I'd like to add in my mince is mushrooms. And again, you can use any mushrooms you can find, normal mushrooms or shiitake mushrooms, reishi mushrooms, you know, whatever you can find in the supermarket. So I've got a few mushrooms left from last time I cooked, so I'm going to use them all up and chuck them in. Small ones don't need cutting. Okay. So I'm using shiitake mushrooms because yeah, it just adds different flavor and different benefits. So, right, I'll add the heat a little bit. Stir it. So this is what it looks like at the moment, right? And now we're going to add our main ingredient which is cabbage. Sorry. Right. So cutting up some cabbage, and again you can use white cabbage or sweetheart cabbage. Up to you. And if you can't find cabbage, I mean it's called a cabbage dish, but if you can't find a cabbage, then just use some other spring greens, even kale, you know. Right, chuck it all in. Okay. Oops. may want to add some more. It really depends on for how many people you're cooking. If you only cook for one person, you don't want to put too much cabbage in. If you add some more vegetables. You could leave it now as it is and just add some pepper and some salt. But I like to add some more vegetables. So the things that I like to add is some grated carrot. I've already peeled it. And I grate it because it doesn't need cooking so long then. If you add pieces of carrots, that they need much longer cooking. So grating makes sure that everything's ready at the same time. Okay, I think half a carrot is enough. And the other thing I like to add is bell pepper. Any color would be nice. And this way you can actually turn it into a rainbow cabbage dish. Okay, so get rid of all the pits and cut it up. Don't cut into your finger. Be careful. Okay. And chuck it all in. And you can see the color has changed now from green to a nice orange add-on. Really, really nice color. And again, you could leave it like this, or you can add some more stuff, like, for example, this here, which is seaweed, which I put into some water first, because it's dry when you take it out of the package. So you need to put it in some water for 5 to 10 minutes, and then just cut it up roughly, like me. Don't cut your finger again. Okay. And then I would like to add some salt, but actually instead of salt I like to take tamari. Tamari is fermented soy sauce, which is a very good source of tryptophan. I think I mentioned it before in my first video. Tryptophan is the precursor of serotonin, which is the happy hormone. So, and this is a good source. And it's also very salty. Makes every dish taste really nice. If you like soy sauce, not everybody likes it. And then, of course, we mustn't forget the pepper. The pepper is very, very important. Oop. So lots and lots of pepper. And again, if you want to add different spices, you can also use some paprika, which would also be nice. And if you don't like fennel, cumin, nigella and mustard seed, or you want some change, then you could also use some oregano, thyme and rosemary, which are also antibacterial and antimicrobial, not just very tasty. So any aromatic spices you can think of. Also fenugreek and ajwain would be two others. Ooh, this looks really nice. Okay, so other suggestions, not for this time because this is now ready. So this is what it looks like. Would be to add some, for example, samphire. Nobody actually knows what to use it for, so I would, for example, use it in this dish or in a stir fry. And you could also add some turmeric, actually, which would be quite a nice addition to this orangey color in the dish. So I'll add a little bit of turmeric, which is anti-inflammatory as well. And The other thing I haven't mentioned is that you also need to add a little bit of water. Just a tiny bit. I just can't reach the water kettle at the moment, so... Ooh, look at this color. Very, very nice. Okay, and instead of just plain water, you can also add some bone broth, or you can add some bouillon to the water, and of course the water should be warm. And another suggestion is to add some spirulina or chlorella, and be careful, just use half a tablespoon because they make everything very, very green. And that's it really. I hope you enjoyed this cooking session and that you are going to enjoy experimenting with all my suggestions. And I would love to get some feedback from you if, yeah, and yeah, have some fun with it. And as I say, yeah, enjoy cooking and keep cooking.